Hey guys, Jason the X for SNES Live, powered by Cinelinks.com, and this guy here is the Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Strafe. Yes, one of the Dinobots here, and this is my favorite Dinobot out of the whole group. I'll tell you right now. I know it's a two-headed Pteranodon. I don't care. This guy is pretty awesome. I love the two heads on this guy. Just a really great figure. We're going to get to that in just a second. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box he comes in. So yeah, we've got Strafe. We've got the two heads. Look like they're arguing with each other. Or looks like one of them can spit out some kind of energy. Well, hell, they probably both can. There's a look at him in robot mode. Nothing on this side. Of course, we got a little continuation of the package here. We'll go ahead and turn it around and take a look at his bio. Really short bio, and there's a look at the robot. And of course, you know, there's his casemate. I have not found Slash yet. I thought he was going to be the easier one to find too, but yeah. Now he does look like no, he doesn't look like he has a little bit of blue. It's more like he's just glowing blue. I know just the Dinobots don't have the colors that they have on the figures that I know they're going to have in the movie. But anyway, let's get back to Strafe. So yeah, Strafe is a two-headed Pteranodon. All of his weapons peg onto him. I like that. You've got, here's a look at the head sculpt on this guy. Both of these jaws are articulated. You got some really nice articulation in his head. And I'll get to that in just a second. He does have this on his back here. It looks awkward as hell. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. What this is his crossbow weapon. So yeah, it's just a friction fire. You just, hold on. You just, yeah, okay. Impressive. Impressive. I really hate the push to fire weapons. I would take a gun. I would just take a gun that looks like something that would fire. So anyway, yeah. And you can kind of tell, I mean, he's very reminiscent of Swoop. How everything works, kind of. You know, the chest is here, like all Swoop figures before him. You can kind of see the head. You can kind of tell where the legs are going to be. And still, I like them. You can even see the hands right here. I can forgive that. The hands are supposed to be pegged into the wings. And like I said, he does have a lot of articulation. These are his swords, actually, here. But, man, look, he's got, like, jagged bits all over him. Look at the back of him. He's got such a great wingspan. Just to give you an idea of this wingspan here. I'm going to go ahead and leave him turn like this. Bring in high octane Bumblebee here. This is a deluxe figure. So it's got a massive wingspan. I really dig that. He's got two tails. They're made of a bendable plastic. They're kind of molded to go this way. I was thinking about actually taking a hairdryer to these things and seeing if I could straighten them out. But they may be molded like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll see. They're nice. They're on that rubbery plastic. Well, look how they look like little blades on the end. And just look at all this detail and paint work on the back, which is kind of sad because if you look at the wings and then you move to the back here and there's like, it's just plain blue. It just kind of doesn't work for me. I don't know. You've got all this great detail here and then you go to solid blue. So yeah. And a nice Autobot emblem tampoed on there. And yeah, just really love the look of the two heads. Like I said, they can both open up. And articulation-wise, I feel like I need to address the articulation when he's in dinosaur mode, just because he does have it. Each head will do a 360 right here. They go up and down on another hand. I don't know why I'm using that one since it's further away from the camera. And like I said, the mouth will open and open really wide. I always like posing it with like one wide open and another just slightly open. Like this one is slightly angrier at you. And when you bring these guys in, they kind of click into place. Well, they don't click in. They just kind of stop right here. But these parts actually click in. So just keep that in mind. Because I kind of wanted him as close as possible. Because even though he's a two-headed Pteranodon, it's kind of like, really, Swoop? Yeah. But anyway, great looking figure. Well, let's go ahead and get to the transformation. The first thing we want to do is take these legs, which probably the weakest part of the Dino mode. Bring them down. And just kind of bring the claw out like that. Wash, rinse, repeat. So you've got his legs. You just want to bring these down and turn them at the thighs and straighten them out. Next thing you want to do is unpeg these arms from there, bring them down and turn them at the, I almost feel like I'm going over the articulation right now for this guy. And these are on separate hinges. This part will turn independently of the arm. And I really like that because it gives you a lot of options when you're messing around with him and posing him. So you can bring these claws back up, and they kind of friction rest into these little tabs here. Just don't push them in, and that'll help lock his knees together. It seems like he's a little bow-legged on one side more than the other, if you look. You see my legs look a little crooked. I don't know if that's just me, but it kind of looks like it might just be me. So now that we got him here, all we do is bring these down, close up the jaws, bring them over, and just kind of twist them so that they rest here. And you bring the head up, and there you go. And you've got Swoop, I'm sorry, I meant Strafe in his robot mode. I just realized I may have called him Swoop a couple times already. If I have, y'all can get over it, because this is actually, Swoop was one of my favorite Dinobots. And the wings just kind of can come down. And they actually make them in a way that they can kind of cross, so it's more of a cape, and they're out of the way. And the tails kind of go in between there. So yeah, that's a nice touch too. It doesn't give him that big wingspan like the original Swoop had. But there you have Swoop in his Dino mode. And just right now I'm going to go ahead and get to the articulation on this guy, because he's got knee articulation here, but he will bend at that place where I pulled in the claw. It's kind of a weird knee joint, but it's meant to be the knee joint here, and it goes just 90 degrees. You got a swivel at the thigh. You got a ball joint at the hip. His waist is articulated, which they didn't need to do that because it's not necessary for the transformation, so yeah, awesome. At the hips, at the shoulders, you've got a little swivel here. It goes in and out. A swivel at the bicep. And he does have the gorilla arms. I mean, you can't do anything about it. I've tried. You just can't. Because his wrists, they're only, they rotate, but they rotate here. You see? I can't do anything with that. I can do some poses with two of his accessories, but that's about it. And the head is on a really stiff ball joint. And also it's got that hinge for the transformation, but it is a really stiff ball joint. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So he's got that whole night motif going again. I really like the Dinobots like that. Now before we get to it, he can hold this crossbow weapon. I may have been a liar. He can hold this crossbow weapon, and but he kind of holds it down like that. I can't really get him to up because no elbow, gorilla arms. So yeah, not really big on the whole crossbow thing. However, he does come with these two swords, which just peg onto the wingtips here. Kind of stuck in there a little bit. So you want to take these and just put them in here, like so. He does still have the gorilla arms. I really, really hate gorilla arms. Oh, it's over here by the tripod. Almost missed that. And his the hands that hold the swords are actually at an angle, so it kind of looks like he's, he can challenge you to a duel, knave. I have a feeling like the Dinobots are going to talk like friggin' old school knights or something in this movie. I don't know why. When they're in Dino mode, they're going to be all, but somehow when they get to their robot mode, they're going to be very regal and, elegant and whatnot. And, yeah, still stuck with this crossbow. I'm not really happy about the crossbow. But, yeah, he's a nice looking figure. I know he should be bigger considering the movie, because here he is with crosshairs. And they're about the same size. They're deluxes. But yeah, overall, I like this guy. He's probably it's a tough choice between him and Drift. We're going to go ahead and knock him down with Slug. But we're going to bring in the rest of the Dinobots here. And just kind of bring in Scorn and Big Grim here. That's a good looking team. I can't wait to get Slash and I guess well, he's not Slug now. I don't know. The one that's a Brachiosaurus, he's a Voyager class. Can't wait to get him. But anyway, yeah, Slog. That's his name, Slog, which is stupid as hell. Anyway, yeah, there's our team of Dinobots so far. I don't know how many of these guys are going to be in the movie. I know these guys are, Grimlock, Strafe, and Slug are going to be in there. We haven't seen anything from Scorn, but hey, hopefully we will soon. Until next time, guys, I'm Jason the X for SCNS Live, powered by Cinelinks.com. This is Strafe. If you find him, go ahead and pick him up, and I will catch you next time.